Wrong thing, wrong name, same shit. Too fat, too poor, too plain, too much, too little, too broken, too boring, too blunt, too brittle. Too loud for the classroom, too soft for the street, too dark for the comfort, too pale to compete, too far in the trust, too local to leave, too proud to be palatable, too poor to believe, too old to be useful, too young to be wise, too slow for the market, too sharp for the lies, too manly, too girly, not manly enough, too tender for power, too ugly for love. Wrong action, wrong address, wrong God, wrong shoes, wrong hunger, wrong posture, wrong blood, wrong news, wrong politics, wrong passport, wrong skin, wrong side of the border they invented you in. Too lazy, too needy to rest, too restless to heal, too damaged, too blessed, too quiet to matter, too angry to hear, too full of yourself, too ruled by fear. And every day they hand you a mirror with malware installed, so you learn to recite the indictment before it gets called. Put the system on trial,
Drag the bench to the fire,
judge the judge,
name the liar,
sentence the scale.
and the hands that obey. If you kneel to the script, you're part of the
Put the
blade.
system on trial,
Let the verdict get loud,
judge the judge,
not the individual.
In school, you're too stupid, too smart, too strange, too bright, too dim, too much of a problem, too hard to fit in, too weird to sit with, too slow to pick teams, too poor for the field trip, too rich for sympathy at work, you're too old for the software, too young for command, too female to lead, too male to be damned, too soft for the sales floor, too sharp for the chain, too honest for office, too human for gain. In love, you're too clingy, too cold, too scarred, too clean, too messy, too easy, too hard, too sexual, too brutish, too faithful, too free, too much like a mother, too little like me on screen, you're too filtered, too raw, too fake, too woke, too asleep, too thin, too overweight, too polished, too sloppy, too thirsty, too dead, too sad for the timeline, too real for the thread. From diapers to death to the nursing home hymn, the verdict says moving so nobody wins.
put the system on trial,
Drag the bench to the fire,
judge the judge,
name the liar,
sentence the scale.
and the hands that obey. If you kneel to the script, you're part of the
Put the
blade.
system on trial,
Let the verdict get loud,
judge the judge,
not the individual.
do this, do that, wrong this, wrong that.
They call you a loser, a leech, a waste, a bum, a fraud, a burden, a joke with the wrong kind of face. Too country for culture, too city for soil, too clean for the gutter, too grim for the spoil, too Christian for some, too pagan for others, too right for the left, from too brown for your brothers, too straight for the clique, too queer for the church, too broken to marry, too brown to deserve, too sick to be trusted, too healthy to grieve, too introvert coded, too eager to leave, too neurotic, too normal, too coded, too crude, too trauma informed, too rude to be rude. They sell you a standard, then switch it that new, move the gate, move the goal, move the shape of the wound, then shame you for limping through mazes they made, but the judges get medals for sharpening blades.
And the cruelest part is how they condemn and get recruited. Stop parroting poison.
Call it truth, call it duty.
Put the system on trial,
Drag the bench to the fire,
judge the judge,
name the liar,
sentence the scale.
and the hands that obey. If you kneel to the script, you're part of the
Put the
blade.
system on trial,
Let the verdict get loud,
judge the judge,
not the individual. Sing, 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 sing. Sing with new math. Oh no, still laugh.
So let's be plain, this isn't random, this is social machinery. A meat grinder, a measurement, just up as morality. It needs you comparing, competing, collapsing, confessing, forever they're assessing your worth. Other mouths that are messing with metrics designed to keep spirits submersive. It was the fact you hate the thin, the poor, the hate the poor, the old, to fear the young, the wounded, to guard the tall, the worker, to mark the dream of the lonely, to shame the loud, so the throne stays spotless, while the rude police the crowd.